What's going on, everybody? Paul here, coming at you with your Crypto Coffee update, where we start the day by discussing news and upcoming events in the cryptoverse, all while enjoying our fresh cup of coffee, of course. Let's go ahead and start it off with your news bite. Alright, everybody. I've been seeing a lot of greenhorns coming into this market, wide-eyed and bushy-tailed, thinking the market is ready to serve them profits on a silver platter. So I prepared this little segment to help spread some critical information that many folks in the crypto community don't seem to know or be aware of. This is veteran members included, so listen up. Everything I'm going to mention here is sourced, so as always, do your own research. Don't just shout FUD 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 like it's a World of Warcraft spell. Magic ain't real, research is. I'm just a human being and I have been wrong before, but the sources speak for themselves on this one. I'm just the messenger. So, let's get into this. How they're killing Bitcoin. Dun dun dun. Alright, so Bitcoin's lack of usability started way back in 2015 with what's known as the block debate. Long story short, as Bitcoin's popularity increased, the blocks began to fill up with transactions. Yay! And fees. Boo. Some miners wanted to keep blocks small, others wanted to make blocks big. Everybody wins in crypto since it's voluntary, there's no coercion, and a fork occurred. Now we have Bitcoin Core, BTC, with a fixed block size, and Bitcoin Cash, BCH, with a floating block size that can be amended relative to how many people are using the network. Now, anybody with a pulse in crypto has noticed the animosity between these two communities. Accusations of slander, fraud, centralization, bad fashion sense coming from both sides. Bitcoin Cash doesn't like Bitcoin Core, etc., etc. For the moment, let's just drop all the he said, she said, and let's look at the facts. How do these coins both work independently of one another? How do they stack up as projects in their own right? Let's forget the drama between the two communities, cut it all out and see how Bitcoin Core and Bitcoin Cash function as cryptocurrencies. First, let's take a look at the payment settlement solutions. The clear backbone of any Bitcoin because it's electronic cash, as the white paper so eloquently describes. Alright, Bitcoin Cash payment settlement? Painless, quick. It was recently added to BitPay, so you can virtually use it anywhere that accepts cryptocurrency, and the network fee has been below 0.1% pretty constantly. Now, Bitcoin Core settlement is less than optimal, with fees ranging between 1% and 10%. It's generally a gamble as to how much you'll end up paying. This is because of the fixed block size. There's only so much room in a block, and the only way to decide which transactions are going to get processed once the block is full is, you guessed it, the fee. Now, to be fair, there are proposed solutions to this issue. I say proposed solutions because adoption of the proposed solutions has been slow to non-existent and has been painfully contentious for the community. In fact, some of these solutions are questionable at best and at worst outright nefarious. There's a whole lot of feelings about these solutions and not a lot of facts, so let's take a look at what we're talking about. Exhibit A, the Lightning Network. Hailed as the instant payment settlement for the Bitcoin Core network, Lightning comes with a whole host of problems that have been quietly mentioned in the largely censored community of Reddit. You see, Lightning Network is a network of open hot wallets. This means the wallet has to be on for you to both send and to receive payments. This means if you shut down your computer while waiting for a payment, that payment may not show up. And both parties need to have a Lightning node, not just one. This is assuming you have the space to download a full Bitcoin Core node to begin with, which is about 200 gigabytes of space. That's something you need to run a Lightning Network node. Furthermore, an active hot wallet is notoriously dangerous. BitGrail, an exchange that was recently hacked with the Nano debacle, they were holding all of their funds in a single hot wallet, meaning once the hacker was in, it was a simple process to drain whatever the hacker wanted. But never fear, there are dedicated individuals leaving their Lightning nodes constantly running to allow new individual users who just so happen to have 200 gigabytes of free space and are willing to leave their computers on 24/7 to connect to the network. But there's a problem. This handful of dedicated individuals now serves as a clear point of centralization in the Lightning Network. You take down these handful of individuals, 5, 10, 20 people, boom, Lightning Network is just shattered. This all goes without saying that Lightning Network is based off of onion routing technology. This was technology that was developed almost exclusively by the United States government for the now notorious CIA honeypot, the Tor network. This may sound like an episode of Black Mirror or some computer hacker science fiction novel, but let me help to keep everybody grounded by reminding you that this is all sourced material. All of it can be found below in the description. Do your own research. Seeing is believing. Let me know if something isn't right about what I'm saying, but so far, it looks like the sources are adding up. Check them out. With this knowledge, it's safe to say that Lightning Network has great potential to de-anonymize the entire Bitcoin Core network. This means that all payments can be tracked using your real identity. They can be tracked, tax, audited, and people could show up to your house knocking on your door asking for your taxes. Essentially, this is not what Bitcoin is about. This concern was confirmed to be legitimate by Adam Back, CEO of Blockstream himself. One more time, this is not just baseless FUD. Look at these sources. All right, that's all we have for Lightning Network. Let's take a look at another proposed solution, SegWit. Segregated witness, also known as SegWit, clips off part of the Bitcoin Core block and attaches it using a little cryptographic tail, thereby freeing up a bit more space in the Bitcoin Core blocks for more transactions. This all sounds well and good, but there are some technical issues that were ignored as the tech was pushed onto the Bitcoin Core mainnet. Installing SegWit is a bit complicated, and you need to upgrade to BIP 70. If done improperly or incomplete, hell, even if you just send funds between a SegWit and non-SegWit wallet, those funds could be lost for good. This was recently seen with crypto giant Coinbase. A minor error led to a major loss of user funds in a debacle that's very much still breaking news. This happened last night. Now, many users were already, of course, quick to blame Coinbase for this error, citing that upgrading the BIP 70 would allegedly fix most of the issues. But let me ask you, do you know off the top of your head how to upgrade your wallet functionality to BIP 70 and SegWit compliance? That's the thing. Walking the talk is difficult. And installing these upgrades is not only time-consuming and technical, but extremely resource-intensive for large entities like Coinbase. With over 1 year of failed implementation, it's safe to say that SegWit has not succeeded, despite cries for the ever-elusive future adoption and success. At some point, consistent claims based on ever-eroding basis of facts transitions from being a hypothesis into being a religion, no longer based on the probability and hard work of empiricism, but rather based on pure emotional conviction and shutting down any dissent. Yet again, do your own research. I'm not sitting here saying, oh, Bitcoin Core sucks, Bitcoin Cash all the way, and I'm certainly not drooling about Bcash, like a Beavis and Butthead remake. I only care about facts, and the fact of the matter is, I can buy a cup of coffee with Bitcoin Cash and not have to think twice about it. I can remain anonymous. I can use my mobile wallet, not have to calculate transaction fees in my head, and be confident that my payment will arrive. Hell, I can even use ZeroConf for a trusted party. I don't have to worry about onion routing. I don't have to check to see if the network is too crowded or if my fee will cost more than the coffee itself. I don't have to have a 200 gigabyte open hot wallet strapped to my backpack at all times. I don't have to have concern over whether or not the hot wallet I'm connected to is using BIP 70 compliance, because if not, oh boy. Look, I think you get the picture. Between Lightning Network and SegWit, Bitcoin Core is being murdered. Not by some conspiratorial effort to flip the hashing power, not by some shady Wu and Ver's dastardly plot to take down the internet. No, Bitcoin Core is being killed by good old-fashioned technocracy, the technocrat mentality. You know what the Communist Party technocrats, as they fruitlessly tried to revolutionize steel production in the 1950s, told to the millions of starving Chinese citizens who were unable to access the traditional farming methods to which they were accustomed under the threat of death from the central government? Same thing technocrats always tell people in need. Just wait, we are working on a solution. That wraps it up for your a little bit intense but factually accurate news bite. As I said, and as always, sources below in the description. This was a bit of a doozy of a news bite, but I think it's a very important point to drive home, and I love you guys. I want you to be informed, and I hope you love me. Let me know if anything I said was factually inaccurate, or if you have more data. Sharing is caring, and after all, we're all looking for the truth here. All right, let's go ahead and get into your Crypto Coffee update for March 14th, Wednesday. There's a D10E conference in Puerto Rico. Modum will be at Blockchain on Stage conference in Austria. Decred's having an AMA. Indahash is having an AMA. INT meetup in Seoul's going on. Zilica's having a meetup in Beijing. Sonam's having a meetup in Germany. Neo's having their meetup in Toronto. And BlueZell will be hanging out in San Francisco. Aeon's having their airdrop. BlockCat is kicking off their first smart contract network, and BitBay is launching a new GUI. That's it for March 14th. Let's go ahead and get into Thursday, March 15th. Token Fest San Francisco, sponsored by Metal, Arc, Quantum, Loopring, and others, is kicking off today. Credits will be at the Blockchain Finance and FinTech Conference in Shanghai. Zencash is having a meetup in Mexico. Aeon's having their meetup in New York City. Ambrosus and Modum will both be at the START Summit going on in Switzerland. Waves is having an AMA, and Pillar's having an AMA. AirSwap is having a marketplace beta. Rebellious Token is being listed on an exchange, they don't say which one though. And the deadline for the Stellar Build Challenge is today as well. That wraps it up for Thursday, March 15th, as well as for the entirety of your Crypto Coffee update. There are some other things going on that I did not mention. There's smaller projects, less popular projects, or projects that are just getting started out. Went ahead and put those into the description as well for you guys, so it's worth taking a look down there. While you're there, check out the sources from the news Byte, and drop a like, a share, and a subscribe. And hit that little bell. You'll get notified whenever we upload stuff. Also, check out our decentralized alternatives. Steemit, DTube, BitChute. If we're going to push this decentralized revolution to the masses, we're going to have to push it together. So support us on those platforms as well. We're most active on Discord. Check us out on Twitter. As always, thank you. We appreciate you guys. This movement would not be possible without you, the individual, spreading the word of human freedom. Love you guys. Talk to you next time.